I I used some of what her wisdom is, and I wanted to share a little bit of that with you. I chose John 14 for my talk today. It's a story about the many rooms in Father's house and Jesus' promises to prepare a place for us and to be with us in that place. What I have come to believe is Topher chose a room in Father's house over a bed in a hospital. Now, that's someone who knows the way, someone who's okay within himself, someone who knows the many rooms of the Father's house, rooms of life, healing, light, and love, rooms of hope, mercy, and forgiveness, rooms of beauty and generosity. Topher knew what Thomas and we do not know. He knew the way, and he knew he was okay. Mm-hmm. Grief has hidden that from us, but not from Topher. Topher did this his way. It was his way or no way. May not be the way we choose for ourselves or the way we would choose for Christopher, but it was his way, and we have to trust in that. We have to honor that. When I say that Topher did this in his way, I don't mean the Frank Sinatra song. Topher's way, from everything that I can see, was grounded in his love for you, grounded in the everlasting love of God, grounded in the promises of Christ, and in the knowledge that his life was daily being renewed, even if his body was not. We who remain might be able to name the day or maybe even the hour of his death. Toph, however, never knew the moment of his death. He simply passed from this life to the next because he knew the way. I need you to trust me and work with me on what I'm going to tell you next. It won't seem true, but I promise it is. Topher's love, his life, and his presence are as real today as the day they were before he died. I know it doesn't look like it, and I'm sure it doesn't feel like it. I know that your grief and tears are saying that it's not true, but I promise you it's true. It's the gospel truth. His love, his life, and his presence are different today, but just as real. But that means that we must learn to listen and to see and to speak differently. It means we must listen with the ears of our heart. We must listen for his voice when it seems that silence is all we hear. We must trust that his voice has never grown quiet. There is a prayer that talks about joining our voices with the angels and the archangels, and with the company of all heaven. All of the company of heaven. That means Topher's voice and the voices of all of those that we love who have died before him. Their voices and our voices become one voice, offering praise and thanks to the God who created and gives life, the God who renews and heals life, the God whose love overcomes death. So when you find yourself in that place, slow down. Open the ears of your heart and listen. Listen for Topher's voice, because it's there. It's there with the angels and the archangels and all the company of heaven. We must be willing to see more than we think is there. We must be willing to let ourselves be surprised. We must look for Topher's presence in new and different ways. We must keep the eyes of our heart open, because you never know when a dove might show up. Finally, tell the stories about Topher and speak his name. Tell the stories of how his life intersected with yours. Tell about the joys, the laughter, the sorrows, and the losses, the success and failures. Tell how Topher could in one breath bless you and the next breath cuss you. Tell the ways in which he touched your life and made a difference. Never stop telling the stories. But those stories are not simply words. They create and call forth presence, so that when you tell the stories about Toph, speak not so much with your lips, but with your heart. Those stories are not just a recollection of past events, but a recitation of history. They are the never-ending story of Topher's life and what he stood for. None of this is going to end our grief, and I won't pretend that it will. And it won't undo things that have happened. I know that. But instead, let it renew our hope and our confidence that there is a way. There's a way forward, even if we can't see it, even when we don't know that there's a way, and even when we don't believe it. Life is far too sacred, and the love of God and the love of Topher are far too strong for death to have a final word.